Hello, everybody. I'm just doing a video because I bought myself Stellar Blade, yesterday, and I was playing it before I went to work. And as I was playing it before I went to work, I'm subscribed to about 70 something YouTubers, and I was on YouTube, and unfortunately, I came across one of the YouTubers I'm subscribed to mentioned that despite the fact that Shift Up said that this game was going to be released worldwide with no censorship when it comes to Stellar Blade, uh, I got home basically from going to pick up the physical copy because I bought the standard physical copy and I've bought the digital deluxe copy. And I'm playing it, and I look at my phone, and then I had a notification pop up about Stellar Blade. I was a little curious, so I checked it out, and it was, of course, from one of the YouTubers I'm subscribed to. And as I looked at it and checked it out, next thing you know is I found out that even though, to my recollection, that censorship, that's what was it? Stellar Blade was going to be released worldwide with no censorship. Um, the title was actually talking about censorship. So I found out, not just by, except for the hard R, and I can kind of get past the hard R. That wasn't a thing, real big thing to me, or a big deal. But really upset me though was all of a sudden I was finding out that now the costumes were also being censored. And I'm gonna go through some of the costumes right now just to see what ones that were. I know there's a few outfits that got censored. I think there was about two or three outfits for Eve that got censored, and of course, I know I was talking earlier about in one of my other videos about like the three stages that the Western culture has kind of forced in the video game industry, enforced by woke, left wing woke feminists, pushing woke ideology. And I've kind of already talked about the three stages. The first stages was light censorship, heavy censorship, and then uglification. Now the West has pretty much got to the uglification part, and East has kind of got to the first stage, which was light censorship. Because, like you said, it went light censorship, especially if I'm referring to the West. And I went light censorship, heavy censorship, then uglification of specifically only female video game characters. And the light censorship, as I said before in previous videos, that was basically, I'm slightly reducing the breast size, kind of reducing the proportions of the female video game character's body, and kind of reducing her proportions, kind of like not giving her as much of an hourglass shape as more than 10 years ago. So it's slightly reducing the breast size, and slightly reducing the curvature of the body to not have so much of an hourglass shape anymore. And another thing about the light censorship mostly was, and adding more fabric, more clothes on the female video game character, specifically only the female video game characters. And what I mean by adding more fabric and more clothes was basically was censorship, and was a censored character, and that was the light censorship. And there was only two, female video game characters. And the light fabric would always go on areas like the cleavage of the breast, or as much around the breast as possible, or and around the hips and the thighs and the inner thighs, and the waist. And that was light censorship. It was pretty much, and adding more clothes to make sure that there was less skin being revealed. And that was kind of like what the light censorship was. And it was kind of like possibly having some games having jiggle physics, and other games not having jiggle physics. But, and it was about more trying to get more games to not have jiggle physics at all whatsoever and have that completely excluded. Now, that having no jiggle physics wasn't applied to every game that came out. There was just some games that, I got away with having no jiggle physics in their game when it came to light censorship. But, and it was mostly, just covering up the female character, video game character, a little more in clothing to make sure that less skin was being revealed, and it was around the breast. Making sure that there was no cleavage being exposed or shown. And then anywhere around, and the pelvis was kind of covered in clothes too, to, not have certain areas around the pelvis exposed, such as like the outer hips or the inner thighs or the waist. And that was kind of light censorship. And then it went to heavy censorship after that, where it's like, okay, let's have every game that comes out within this 10 years of woke ideology that's being pushed by woke feminists. And most of these woke feminists are from the left. And then, like I said, at that point, it pretty much became, okay, well, let's just completely remove jiggle physics with the heavy censorship completely, entirely, and excluded from female video game characters. And then this point covered them up from neck to toe, and that was the heavy censorship. So we had the light censorship, and that happened pretty much within the first first couple of years, within the 10 years of this woke ideology that's being pushed by woke feminists. That the majority of them are on the left, so Democrats basically, and yeah, it was light censorship. And basically, like I said, I was just covering out the character, putting more clothes, more fabric on a character, especially around the pelvis and the breasts, and making sure, and there wasn't much skin being shown. So, I just covering those areas a lot more up in fabric and clothing. And that would be like the cleavage and side boob and under boob, and then like around the pelvis, so you're not seeing the inner thighs as much, or the other hips as much, or even like the butt as much either. And like, in the butt, the inner thighs, the hips, and the waist was covered up, and the under boob, the side boob, and cleavage was covered up a lot more, with a lot more fabric, with the light censorship. And then some games kind of came out with jiggle physics, but, and the focus was trying to get as much games out as possible without jiggle physics. And that was the light censorship, and that kind of happened within the first couple of years, within the 10 years. And then in the middle of the 10 years, it became heavy censorship, from light censorship to heavy censorship. And at that point, it wasn't just, putting more fabric on the characters, just to make sure that some skin wasn't being revealed. It became, okay, well, we've already covered up a lot more of the character and clothing with light censorship. Now let's just make that more drastic. Now let's, instead of, covering up side boob, cleavage, under boob, and, areas around the pelvis and the butt, now let's just cover up these female, specifically only female video game characters, up from neck to toe in clothing. And now it became the heavy censorship. And this time, and let's actually make sure we can exclude jiggle physics from every game that's released. And then that was basically, in the heavy censorship. And that happened pretty much in the middle of the 10 years. And then it became pretty much, and around at the end of the 10 years, it became uglification. And this is the three stages that kind of happened in the West. After in Japan, like in the East, what was it? So they're not at like uglification, which is out of the three stages I've just talked about. They're pretty much at the first stage, which is in covering up light censorship, covering up the cleavage, side boob, under boob, cleavage, in areas around the butt and the pelvis of specifically only female video game characters, and they're kind of at that light stage right now when it comes to the East. The West has already much gone through all three stages, and they're at uglification. But the East is pretty much kind of embracing that wokeness, and and kind of got to are at the first stage right now. And I'm kind of really annoyed because, like I said, in a lot of my other videos that I've uploaded and that I've done live broadcast stuff, I'm somebody that really believes, in freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and a free market. And that developers should have every right to be as artistically expressive and creative as they want to be, without the concern of having to censor something because somebody's offended and think that they need to be offended on somebody else's behalf. And and I was really hoping Stellar Blade, I wouldn't bend the knee to this woke ideology, and stand up and really stand by in the product that they wanted to deliver to consumers and customers. And that they weren't going to bend a knee to any kind of pressure being pushed by Sony or any woke journalist or any woke consultant. And Stellar Blade really had a lot of hope, had really put a lot of hope in me, and that they were going to, have some nuts, and some balls, and, and really stand behind their product and, and not bend the knee at all whatsoever. And like I said, pretty much this is South Korea that made this game, Stellar Blade. And it's from South Korea, like I said, and I honestly really believed that and they weren't like Japan, they weren't like the East, especially like I said, Japan, that's kind of like embracing this woke ideology and going to the first stage of censorship. And I thought they were going to actually say screw censorship, give the middle finger to censorship, and and give us a product the way that they wanted it to be and the way they intended it to be, and not feel pressured in any means to censor their product. And unfortunately, and I spent pretty much $105 Canadian on both copies. I bought the digital deluxe edition and I bought the standard physical edition. And I got these games because I actually I was willing to support, and shift up in the game Stellar Blade, because there was going to be no censorship to Eve or Eve's costumes or outfits. And then I really wanted to full heartedly believe that, because as a straight male gamer, and this is something that's appealing to me. This is something that and attracts me to buying a game, is when I have attractive female video game characters that have sex appeal and fan service, and are I'm comfortable with exposing a good amount of skin, whether it's under boob, side boob, or cleavage, or any part around the pelvis or the buttocks. And and I was really hoping that I would finally get a game on a console that was not be restricted and be censored in any means whatsoever. So I was really disappointed when I seen that YouTube notification from one of the YouTubers that I'm subscribed to, and it's a shame, because like they did this with Final Fantasy VII, the Rebirth, and like at the last moment, like one day before the game was going to be released, they added a patch that censored Tifa Lockhart, and she's been censored twice now, and Ada's been censored one time so far, and like when I say light censorship, it's like, or even heavy censorship. It's like the light censorship is like slight modifications to a suit or to an outfit, and then the heavy censorship is like just completely altering the outfit entirely. And that's kind of like the light censorship. It's like slight changes and alterations to the outfit, and mostly those slight alterations and changes are adding more fabric, and covering up the cleavage, the side boob, the under boob, and areas around the butt and in the pelvis. And that was the light censorship. And then heavy censorship was just covering, like I said, the character up from neck to toe and clothing. And a lot of times that involved, completely altering the outfit or the costume and giving that character a completely different outfit. And that was the heavy censorship. So right now you can tell that, like I said, the East is kind of almost really getting close to pretty much being on that heavy censorship, especially Japan, when it comes to heavy censorship and just completely altering and changing the outfit or costume of a character, especially female video game characters, and really just removing large breasts and giving them no jiggle physics. And like right now, the East is pretty much on that second stage of heavy censorship. And now I have freaking South Korea kind of following suit now, and they're on their light censorship. And it's like I'm getting so frustrated because I'm sick of censorship. I don't need a woke journalist, a woke consultant that's offended and that needs to feel like they need to be offended on my behalf. I don't need fucking somebody to speak for me about what is unacceptable to me, and what is appropriate for me. I'm old enough where I can make that decision myself, and I don't need somebody making that decision for me about what is appropriate for me and what, because like I have every right as an individual, especially being a Canadian, to make that decision for myself. I live in Canada, and the United States was fucking built on an idea of freedom, of and free speech, freedom of expression, and a free market. And unfortunately, like I said, all of this is being taken away from Canadians and Americans because of people that are Canadian or American that are woke, that are woke feminists, that are left wing, that want to push a woke ideology. And unfortunately, like I said, the East is following suit of the West, and basically now they're pretty much going to light censorship and heavy censorship. Now it started off with, like I said, the East, Japan, and kind of going to light censorship and heavy censorship, and I kind of really believe they're on the heavy censorship part right now. And I was really thinking, like I said, in South Korea would have a backbone, would have some fucking balls, and actually, and have some integrity. And apparently they don't have any balls or integrity or a backbone when it comes to South Korea, and I absolutely despise them now. Because South Korea, especially Shift Up, was the one gaming developing company that I really believe, and we're not going to censor anything. And they did. And, like, it's so bullshit because, like, I want to be able to play a game that has sex appeal and fan service, that's not afraid or ashamed of showing a little bit of freaking cleavage or side boob or under boob or in the butt or areas around the pelvis, whether if it's the inner thighs or the hips or the waist. And unfortunately, like I say, you got freaking South Korea, which was like the one country that I actually had hope that didn't like care about this woke standards or political correctness. or in woke politics. Like, I actually thought they had a fucking backbone. I thought they had balls, and to not allow fucking people that are offended to speak on behalf of other people, and allow people to have the fucking individual right to determine what they want for themselves, and not listen. And this is why when I was playing Stellar Blade, the second part, Stellar Blade Part 2, when I was live streaming it, why I was so irritated and frustrated, because it literally feels like game companies are listening to these woke journalists that somehow think that these woke journalists speak on behalf of everybody else in the country. And just because we have journalists in Canada or consultants in Canada doesn't mean they speak on behalf of everybody else. And I'm sick and tired of feeling like I want to play a game, but then these games are listening to other people that somehow think that they're speaking on behalf of me, because they're not speaking on behalf of me. And you're giving your game, like I said, and when I was doing my live stream, when I was doing part 2 of Stellar Blade, like, you're giving your game to these woke freaking journalists to review it, just so they can speak on behalf of your consumers. And you're giving your copy away to them for free, while you have the consumer actually forking out their hard-earned money for your game, for your product. I spend $105 every time I buy a game. And I bought this game twice. That is $210. That's enough for freaking a month of groceries for me, or at least 2 weeks of groceries for me, that I could have used that money towards, instead of buying it on your fucking game that has censorship. And I'm going to go through the suits right now of the ones that got censored. So I know, like I said, what I've seen in the YouTube notification, I was looking at the YouTube video from the YouTuber I'm subscribed to. He actually mentioned at least one of the suits I know for a fact got censored. There's probably about 2 more that got censored. But I don't want to start yelling and cursing at Shift Up, and I don't like. I would love to do that at Sony, because I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the ones that pressured Shift Up to do the alterations to the outfits and costumes for Eve. Maybe also like that's how they wanted it to be during the patch and that launch. But I'm pretty sure that and they were also under quite a bit of pressure from Sony as well. And I'm going to show you the costumes though that were censored, in my opinion, that were censored. So if I go over here, okay, this one I know got altered and changed. So I'm going to show you a quick video of that, what that one looks, not this one, but the one coming up, what that looks like. And it's going to confirm what I'm saying, that it's like they want to cover up any cleavage, specifically with female video game characters, because apparently cleavage is a horrible thing for female video game characters, and it's so unacceptable. Even though you got games like Last of Us 2 that have, and even Baldur's Gate 3 that have full-on sex scenes and have like full-on nudity. But having a female video game character show a little bit of fucking cleavage, all of a sudden that's fucking a horrible and a problematic thing. When you got games that have on full-on fucking sex scenes and TV shows that have full-on sex scenes and nudity, but you had a fucking character from a video game showing a bit of cleavage, that's a fucking problem. So look, this one right here. As you can see, this is the uncensored version. You can see actual cleavage. You can actually see that this character has this outfit has a little less fabric and clothing. If I were to compare it to the other costume like this that's censored, and where's the extra amount of clothing? Once again, around the fucking breasts, and around the hips, around the thighs, around the butt. And to cover up that skin, because somehow showing skin of those areas is problematic, but you can have full-on fucking nude scenes and sex scenes in video games and in TV shows, and that's not a fucking problem for anyone, or for Sony, or or fucking some woke some woke feminist, left-wing woke feminist. Somehow that's not offensive to them or problematic, but yet a fucking video game character showing a bit of fucking cleavage is. So this is the uncensored one. So as you've seen, you can see some cleavage. Yeah, like I said. So I'm gonna let this rotate once. And then I'm gonna have people in my comments say, well, why do you care? Well, I do care. Like I said, I'm someone that actually believes in freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and a free market. That's why I care. This is something that is appealing to me, and I don't need it to be censored because somebody else thinks that they get to speak on behalf of me because they're offended of something I'm not offended about. If this is something that they don't like, that's fine, but it doesn't give them the right to take away my personal rights and my fucking individual freedoms of what my preferences are, or what I have the right to want, or what I have the right to enjoy. And that, like, and this is what I mean about the free market. Like, we're no longer a free market in Canada anymore, or even in the United States, because of this fucking ideology, this woke ideology. So as you can see, you can actually see there's no cloth right here where my cursor is. No, and you can actually see cleavage. You're not seeing the fucking nipples. She's not completely fucking nude. She's not fucking on like riding this area against anything. She's not in a full out sex scene. She's not completely nude. She has something on that's just showing a little bit of fucking cleavage right there. And like, it's like, what the fuck's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. You know, and she's not doing anything provocative. She's not on in a full on sex scene with anyone. You know, and she's just wearing the clothes that actually show skin. Like, oh, and it's so hypocritical that, like, these woke feminists, from left-wing folk feminists will fucking applaud and cheer for fucking games like Boulder Skates 3 having full-on nudity and sex scenes. Why? Because the character is gender neutral. Or it's because it's a character that basically the person can create themselves, where they can make it a transgender, or they can make the character gender neutral and have on full-on fucking sex scenes, because it's not gender specific, specifically the sex of a female character. That's why it's okay for fucking, you know, in Boulder Skates, or like why it's okay for Last of Us 2 to have a full-on sex scene, because there's no like specific gender associated with that character. You know what I mean? They're gender neutral. Or they're either a transgender, or, you know, and something that, like, these fucking woke advocates want to fucking vouch for and support and applaud and cheer for. So as you can see, like, there's, like, just a little bit of skin showing. Not even any fucking nipples. Not even full exposure. Just a little bit of fucking cleavage showing. That's it. And then if I go over here to the censored version, of course, you can see IGN, because they're the ones that are fucking the most biased fucking news journalists. I mean, not news, but fucking game journalists there is. Fucking absolutely the most hypocritical, freaking biased game journalist, IGN. Of course, they don't mind showing this because, oh well, they got what they wanted, a bunch of fucking censorship. So that's one of the outfits that got censored. Okay, and here's the other one. So watch. I'm gonna enlarge this. There, perfect example. Look, right there. Now you can't even fucking see any the full cleavage anymore, because why they decide that they need to put on this fucking piece of fabric, this little fucking piece of clothing, just because of fucking apparently seeing full cleavage is fucking offensive with a fucking video game character. See, like, this is the shit I'm talking about. There was no need for this. There was nothing wrong with the other outfit. Why did they have to go and freaking change something like this? Just to put on one little fucking piece of cloth right here, because some fucking woke idiot got fucking offended over something that's fucking trivial that doesn't really fucking matter to them, but they wanted to make an issue. They wanted to be personally offended so they can get this result right here. To put on a little fucking cloth, a slap of clothing, a little piece of fabric around the fucking goddamn fucking cleavage, because apparently the cleavage is offensive these days. In this day and era, it's fucking offensive for a fucking female video game character to show a little bit of fucking cleavage. So there you go. A little bit of fucking cloth right there. Had to make a fucking big deal out of it for no reason. And this is the results they were able to get. An extra little slap of fucking cloth on the fucking character that didn't really need to be there, because there was nothing about the fucking uncensored costume that was offensive whatsoever. But because it offended some other individuals, that means that I don't get to enjoy the uncensored version anymore. Because shift up, you're a bunch of fucking pansies. And fucking, what was it? Sony, you have nothing but a bunch of fucking bitches and bastards working at your fucking company. that easily get offended at are a bunch of fucking snowflakes. Alright, so I'm going to show another costume. There was that one there, and then there was this one right here that also got fucking censored. Alright, so here we go. Here's the other one I got censored. So, not this one, but the one coming up is another one I got censored. Besides the other one that I've shown you. So there you go. Once again. A V. You can actually fucking, once again, see? You can see fucking cleavage in this one. A little bit of fucking cleavage. That's it. She's not fully nude. She's not fully having her fucking breast out. Fucking fully exposed. Where you can see every fucking inch of her fucking breast, the skin of her breast with fucking and her nipples. You can't see any of the full fucking, all of her skin of her breast, man. It's just a little bit of fucking cleavage. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing about this is fucking offensive. Like, you can't see her fucking tits fully exposed like you would be able to see in Baldur's Gate fucking 3 or fucking in The Last of Us 2. Or other fucking games that have full nudity. Or in fucking TV shows with full nudity. She's not fucking fully exposed to her fucking goddamn fucking breast, man. You can, all you see is a bit of fucking cleavage. That was it. Nothing else. You don't even see any of her nipples, and you only see a bit of the fucking cleavage. Like, you're not seeing anything beyond that. And somehow they fucking got offended over this. These fucking woke journalists. These woke consultants. These left-wing woke fucking feminists. And that's not the only change they made, too. They've also changed this area right here. Like I said, light censorship. When it came to the fucking West starting this whole fucking woke ideology, fucking it was first light censorship, heavy censorship, then uglification. The fucking light censorship was changing areas right here and changing areas around here. The breast and the fucking pelvis and around the butt. Even the inner thighs and the fucking waist and hips were also fucking were changed. And how were they changed? Not by slightly reducing the proportions, as well as slightly reducing the breast size and adding more fabric around those areas. Those three fucking areas that I mentioned, or 4 areas I mentioned, which was adding more fabric around this area right here, the pelvis, meaning the inner thighs, the hips, the waist, and around the fucking breast. Because apparently these areas are problematic to show too much fucking skin. So they have to cover these fucking areas with fabric because some fucking woke feminists want to be offended over something as trivial as this. Yet they fucking applaud, they'll support, and they'll cheer on fucking full-on nudity in games like Baldur's Gate fucking 2. I mean Baldur's Gate 3 and fucking The Last of Us 2 with fucking Allie. They'll fucking cheer for that shit. But they will fucking get offended over something like this. Like, how does that make any sense? Absolutely fucking hypocritical. Like I said, in 3 stages, light censorship, heavy censorship, and uglification. No, in light censorship, like I said, was just slightly reducing, in the breast size and then the hourglass shape and the proportions of the female video game character's body. But it was mostly focused on, and trying to make sure they were able to get as much games out as possible with no jiggle physics, and most importantly, covering up the fucking female video game character with more clothing and more cloth. And the clothing that they would add and the cloth that they would add was around the freaking 4 or 3 areas that I've mentioned. It was always around the breast, making sure that there was less skin being shown of the breast. So, and covering up the fucking cleavage, covering up the under boob, covering up the side boob, and making sure that wasn't shown. And then freaking making sure that the pelvis area was shown, whether it was the inner thighs or the freaking hips or the waist or the outer thighs. And then the butt, and covering up those areas. So it was mainly covering up all this area right here and all this area right here. Consistently doing that more and more and more to the point where censorship didn't become light censorship, but it went to heavy censorship after. And then the heavy censorship, like I said, was, instead of just having the majority of games coming out with no jiggle physics, every fucking game came out with no jiggle physics. Every fucking female video game character's breast size was reduced to an A cup and a B cup. With no jiggle physics at all. And covering them up in fucking head, neck to shoulder, and fucking clothes. And then fucking even to the point of completely altering and changing the fucking female video game character's outfit entirely. That's where the heavy censorship came in. If it started off with light censorship, it got more and more severe as the years went on. And about in the middle of 10 years, it became heavy censorship. And then after the 10 years, when we got to the more recent years, it became uglification, specifically of only female video game characters. And then like I said, the fucking medium, like the heavy censorship at that point was, okay, well, let's take out fucking jiggle physics entirely from female video game characters and covering them up from fucking neck to toe in clothing. And completely fucking either changing the outfits and costumes or completely altering them. So there, once again, like, you can see a lot of, it's very high up there. You can see a lot more of the hips, the thighs, and especially the hips. You can see a lot more of the hips. And then, like I said, once again, here you can see a lot more of the cleavage. Like, you can see a lot more of the breasts, and especially oh, my tongue's getting twisted because my throat gets dry when I get mad and I start talking a lot. My throat starts to get very dry. I might have to get some water pretty soon because, like, I'm gonna probably end up losing my voice with how irritated I am and angry and frustrated I am over this. Like I said, I really was hoping that, and I really completely believed in my heart that, and South Korea was the one company, South Korea was the one country that had a company that had integrity, that had a fucking set of balls, that wasn't gonna fucking bend the knee. And I had absolute faith and complete hope in, in the country of South Korea and fucking the company Shift Up for the in their game that they were evaluating Stellar Blade have no fucking censorship. And the fact that they promised no censorship before the game was about to release, and then one day before the game gets released we get censorship, fucking there are a bunch of fucking two-faced liars that have not just that just don't have any fucking backbone or balls and don't have any integrity, but they're a bunch of fucking two-faced liars as well. Fuck you, Shift Up. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, Sony, and fuck you, Shift Up. Never buying a fucking game from you ever again, Sony, and I'm never buying a game from you ever again, Shift Up. Both of you can fuck off, go somewhere else, because you're not getting a fucking dime from me ever again. And there, see exactly what I was talking about. Right there. So this is the second caution that got fucking censored from the first one that I've shown you. Look, do you see any cleavage now? No, you don't. It's the same thing they did with fucking Tifa Lockhart. And when Tifa Lockhart was around, especially if you go into the game that Dissinia, if you go in like Final Fantasy NT Dissinia, fucking Tifa Lockhart had her original outfit and costume. She had just a simple white tank top with no black undershirt, and then she just had a black skirt with no black leggings. And if you look at that game, you see fucking Tifa Lockhart's fucking costume and outfit from Dissinia, Final Fantasy Dissinia. You'll see that fucking what her original fucking outfit actually looked like before the fucking censorship from the fucking remakes, where they added that fucking stupid fucking black underneath her white top. Undertop, yeah, I just did say undertop. But that black fucking undertop underneath her white tank top. And then the black leggings when she didn't have that either. So that was two things they added to Tifa Lockhart. Was the fucking black undershirt underneath her white tank top and the fucking black leggings. Those were things that she never fucking had with her original outfit and costume. And it's the same thing right here with Eve. They fucking added this one fucking piece of fucking fabric, this cloth. Where again specifically? What do you know? Around the fucking breast, like I was saying, with the light censorship. Covering up the fucking cleavage, because somehow that's fucking offensive. Even though fucking females in the real world that actually have like a C cup or bigger than a C cup, when they're wearing a top or when they're wearing bras and shit like that, they're gonna have fucking cleavage. And then as you see, once again, you can even see like the different shades of the gray or like the light green. And you can see from the two different shades. The way the fucking uncensored one It came up to here, where my cursor is going right now. That's the one that was uncensored, besides fucking not having this piece of fabric. But now with this fucking censored one, they added the fucking fabric, and they added, like I said, because of light censorship, more cloth around the hips. Which is exactly what I was talking about, and even in my other videos about light censorship, what fucking light censorship entails, and heavy censorship. And now fucking South Korea fucking thought they want to go down the same fucking route that the fucking West has and East has when it comes to Canada, United States, and fucking Japan. But what do you know? Fucking South Korea is bending the fucking knee and going down the same fucking direction as Japan, United States, and Canada. Fucking adding fucking light censorship now. Pretty soon, who knows? The East is pretty much, I'm pretty sure, is close to fucking heavy censorship, which I'm gonna say they are pretty much at heavy censorship right now when it comes to Japan and the East. And then fucking, like I said, Canada, United States, they're at uglification. And fucking, well, here's the light censorship that I keep describing. So you can definitely see that fucking South Korea, which is the one country that I thought wouldn't fucking have any censorship, is starting already off before with one of their most popular games of the year with like fucking censorship. Fucking South Korea, fucking pieces of shit. Same with you, fucking shift up. So yeah, as I was saying, see? That was never fucking there before in the uncensored. Same with the fucking the cloth going all the way further down the fucking hips and the waist. So that's the second caution I got fucking censored. And I know there was like some other one. So that's two of them that got censored. Oh yeah, and then the third one was fucking the Chinese outfit. And there might even be more than 3 that got fucking censored. There might be fucking more, 5 of like Eve's outfits and caution that got censored. And I don't fucking care if somebody's like, oh, why is this a big deal to you? Well, the reason why it's a big deal to me, because I'm, like I said, I believe in fucking freedom of expression. You know, and I believe in free speech, freedom of expression, and a free market. And what I mean by freedom of fucking expression is no matter who the developer is, no matter what you're developing, as a fucking a citizen of whatever country that's supposed to be about freedom, should fucking allow you to be as artistically expressive as you want to fucking be. That's why it fucking matters to me. And in fact, if they said there was going to be no censorship, and they around worldwide, and they fucking gave me a game that has fucking censorship. And it's about the fucking integrity. If you're gonna fucking say something, back up what you say and actually mean what you say and do what you say. It's the same thing why I fucking hate woke feminists, because they fucking preach about fucking shit, but then they don't fucking actually apply those principles to everything. They only apply it to pretty much what's ideal to them, what matters to them, but then they don't apply it anywhere else that's not ideal to them. And instead, they've actually purposely got their way to exclude it or censor it. That's why I fucking hate it, because I fucking hate hypocrites. I absolutely despise fucking hypocrites. And that's what fucking woke feminists are. Woke, left-wing, fucking woke feminists are just nothing but fucking hypocrites. Yeah, and I don't care if I was swearing that much in this video, because I'm fucking pissed off. I've been playing games for more than 20 years of my life, and out of the fucking 20 years, 10 years I didn't have to deal with this fucking goddamn fucking censorship. I didn't have to deal with this fucking woke ideology, in 10 years ago, within the 20 years. The only time I've had to deal with this out of the 20 years is within like the more recent 10 years out of the 20 years I've had to deal with this nonsense. Fucking when I was fucking playing video games for more than 20 years, the first 10 years I can actually fucking enjoy a game and not have to worry about fucking censorship. And I was able to decide for my fucking self what offends me or what doesn't offend me. And have actually access to the game the way it was intended to be from the developer, because they had complete control of their fucking product and had absolute freedom of being able to express themselves artistically. So I don't know how much room I have, but I'm going to go to the next one. Gotta find where that stupid fucking Chinese outfit is. Like I say, sorry right now for being angry, for swearing and yelling, and just showing my anger and frustration, but I'm not going to apologize. Because this is something that, I actually And it's not that I feel it. People are just saying, "Oh, you're being emotional. You're being lost in your feelings. You're talking irrational. You're letting your feelings and emotions get the best of you. You're making no sense. You're a goomer. You're making a big deal out of nothing." Well, to me, I'm not fucking talking out of feelings. I'm not talking illogically. I'm not talking basically solely off how I feel. I'm fucking talking out of what I've experienced and and how it frustrates me. And how, like, the things that frustrate me, like I said, is the censorship and all these, and the heavy censorship and what was it, and uglification. But it's more so that it's not just that frustrates me. It's the fact, like I said, it's the fact that I'm somebody that strongly believes in a free market, freedom of expression, and free speech. And I fucking hate hypocrites. That's where it's coming from, and from experience. So it's not illogical. It's not coming solely off of fucking emotions and feelings, and that I'm letting my feelings get the best of me. It's coming out of fucking experience that I legitimately have, because I've been playing games for more than fucking 20 years of my fucking life. So I got final caution because I don't know how much room I have. I'll make sure to get this fucking video. There it is. There we go. So that's one, and that's probably the censored version. Yep, that is definitely the censored version. Now let's go to the other one. There. Now, I'm pretty sure those are two outfits that I just showed you that are definitely fucking censored. The first outfit I showed you, it had that fucking piece of the cloth around the cleavage. Once again, of course, around the fucking cleavage. And then the bunny costume, once again, around the fucking cleavage, once again, and around the fucking hips and waist. Once again, more fucking fabric and cloth and clothing was added there with those two outfits and costumes specifically. Now, those are two I know that have been censored for a fact, because I just showed you those, and I'll show you them again without saying anything this time. But I know there's at least one more that possibly has been censored. That one I'm not too sure if it has or hasn't been censored, but I'm going to look at it anyways just to see if it is. But at least the first two I showed you were definitely censored. So once again, uncensored. So let's see what that looks like. So this is the Boston right here. So let's see what they altered and possibly changed on this one. So that one, honestly, I think somebody mentioned this outfit, but I don't think this one is censored. I think it's just the two. And it might only be two so far, but two is more than enough. Hell, even the fucking first one shouldn't have been censored. Oh, wait. I think I see where it might have been. Alright, let me go back to here. Okay, maybe this one has not been censored. So, okay, at least two have been censored. Guaranteed. Two have been censored so far for a fact. That one right there has been censored. The bondage. Yeah, the cybernetic bondage has been censored. And then the bunny one has been censored. So this one's been censored because, as you see, it has that piece of cloth around here, right there, which the uncensored one doesn't have that piece of cloth right there, showing actually more cleavage. I'll show you the uncensored version of this one again. And then this one right here, once again, this one right here is the second one that got censored. And once again, where's the extra fabric? Where's the extra clothing? Where's the extra cloth? Like I said, with the light censorship, around the fucking breast. And it's always either around the fucking cleavage, or it's around the underbreast, or the side boob. And there's always more cloth and fabric added there. As well as, like I said, around the hips and waist and inner thighs and outer thighs and around the butt. So, there you go. So those are two guaranteed. And I'll show you this one again very quickly so you can see the difference with the censorship. That way you don't think I'm just making this fucking shit up because I'm being emotional. was it? Okay, so let's see this one. So that one isn't looking like it's censored. So the other two for sure are. Okay, I don't think that was censored. I'm looking at it right now. It's definitely not that one. So two, at least two, guaranteed have been censored. So it is. Come on, where the fuck did she go? Yeah, it's this one. Like I said, cybernetic bondage has been censored. Right there, because of that one fucking strip of cloth that had to be fucking added because it was showing too much fucking cleavage. So once again, like I said, around the fucking cleavage, because apparently there's something wrong with fucking showing a bit of cleavage apparently these days. Although we have tons of TV shows and movies and fucking other video games that have full-on nudity, full-on sex scenes, but you know, in one fucking video game character because she's super attractive, you know, and it shows a little bit of fucking cleavage and all of a sudden she needs to be censored. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Fucking absolute fucking hypocritical nonsense from fucking woke feminists. From fucking left-leaning, left fucking wing feminists. Fucking now want to make a big fucking deal for no fucking reason because they're offended and somehow they think that they should be offended on everybody else's behalf, taking away that right of that other individual of being able to have access to a free market or being able to actually have free speech or being able to actually as a developer fucking express yourself as artistically and creatively as you want. Like, this is why I fucking hate woke ideology, left-wing fucking feminist woke ideology, because that's all it is. It's fucking getting their way by playing the victim by acting like they're offended. That's what they do. They get their way by acting like they're the victim, by acting like they're offended. That's all it is. It's a way to fucking force people to fucking into their demands and to force people to conform. And unfortunately, like, that's the kind of fucking world we're living in. As soon as somebody gets offended, we need to conform. It doesn't matter if the fucking any other person's not offended. As long as one person's offended, everybody else has to conform to that one person's ideology, or to their preferences, or to their opinion, or to their beliefs. Everybody else, because one fucking person is offended, everybody else has to fucking conform. That's the fucking world we live in the United States and Canada. It just takes one or two people that are offended about something, and everybody else on the fucking country, on the face of the world, needs to fucking conform. So there, once again, see that fucking cloth. It was absolutely stupid to put that there because there was nothing offensive about the one that was uncensored. Seriously. Like, there wasn't nothing about it that was, like, fucking extravagant. You know, and that was fucking absolutely inappropriate. And that under circumstances should be a fucking no. Alright? This is not fucking child pornography or some crap like this. This is not a full-on fucking sex scene from fucking goddamn fucking that you would see in a goddamn fucking movie, or from games like The Last of Us 2, or from fucking Border Skates 3. You know, or the full-on nudity and sex scenes that you would see in a fucking TV show. Alright? It's just a fucking character, a fictional video game character, based off of a full scan of a real Korean model that fucking is a fucking maximum Korean model that has no problem with exposing herself very sexually or very provocatively, not doing any sexual acts, because she's actually confident with the way she looks and doesn't mind showing a bit of skin, doesn't mind showing a bit of cleavage. She's not going on probably full nude, but she does no problem with showing a bit of cleavage. So you're not being offensive to the character Eve for wanting to have a sex appeal and fan service and a decent amount of skin showing, especially around those areas such as the breast and the pelvis and the butt. And you're not offending the South Korean model, because this is something that she does for a living. Alright, and she's very happy with the way she looks and very fucking confident in the way she looks. So you're not fucking insulting her either, and you're not insulting any other woman out there. And if they don't look like that, that's not fucking on you, that's on them. You know, and there's nothing fucking forcing them and stopping them going to the gym, exercising, and getting in shape. So there you go, see? Once again, like I said, right there. So it's the cybernetic bondage. You know, and what did they do change with this? Right there is that one piece of cloth. If you look very closely, carefully, I'll pause the hair for a few minutes so you can actually get a good look. There's one. That's the censored one, that piece of cloth. And then the uncensored one, before the fucking patch, one day before the game was released, no cloth right there. You can actually see a bit of fucking cleavage. Where with that cloth, you can't even see barely any cleavage whatsoever. So that was one outfit costume that got censored. And then the other one was the bunny one. It was the same thing that I was saying with the light censorship. Where did they add the action material, cloth, and clothing? Once again, near the pelvis, you know, and around the pelvis, around the butt, and around the breast. Especially around the cleavage. So there you go. As you can see, you know that piece of the fucking fabric covering up the cleavage whatsoever. And if you fucking look at the goddamn fucking piece of fabric or clothing, it's not just going fucking right here. It's not going right there. It's literally going all the way up here, like literally this fucking high. That extra fucking lace of black clothing, right this fucking high, so you can't see fucking cleavage whatsoever. Once again, like I was saying, because the fucking light censorship, you can't see any fucking cleavage at all. And then if you go over here, like I said, where did I say it was going all the way up to? Like I said, fucking right up there, where you can't see any fucking cleavage once again. Because apparently fucking cleavage is bad when it comes to fucking female video game characters. But you have fucking full-on nudity and fucking sex scenes in different forms of multiple media. Whether it's in fucking other video games, whether it's in movies, whether it's in fucking TV shows. All I know is, you know, screw goddamn fucking shift up, screw South Korea, especially fucking screw fucking shift up. Never fucking put any money towards your fucking game ever again. Same with fucking you, Sony. Fucking, I'm just gonna stick with fucking PC for now on, because at least fucking there's actually games that aren't fucking censored. You're a fucking trash console, you're a trash company. You got nothing but fucking bitches and bastards working at your company. They're nothing but fucking snowflakes and easily fucking offend fucking individuals that want to fucking take away the fun from everybody else. Because you're a bunch of fucking pussies at fucking Sony. And then fuck you, fucking shift up. You're no fucking better. The fall might fall slowly, mostly, well, not maybe solely on fucking Sony, but maybe a good portion of it, or the majority of the fault falls on fucking Sony. But, like, you fucking had every part to do with it as well. Maybe not as much of the fault deserves to be on you, Shift Up, or South Korea, but the majority of that blame should go to fucking Sony. But, like, honestly, you fucking, and your hands might have been tied, but, like, you pretty much bent the knee when you said you fucking weren't gonna bend the knee. So fucking shame on you for being fucking two-faced fucking liars. Fucking Uncensored launch around the world. My fucking ass. And you know, like I said, fucking kind of fucking woke ideology that's being pushed by fucking left wing feminists are nothing but hypocritical fucking bastards and bitches. Yeah, that's right. They're nothing but fucking hypocrites. And the fact you want to give your fucking god a free copy of your game to a bunch of fucking hypocrites when you're fucking could be completely being disingenuous to your fucking consumers, that you're not giving free companies copies of your game to review, but are actually giving you their hard-earned fucking money. Like, that's fucking just insulting to your fucking consumers. Shift up. Absolutely fucking insulting to your fucking consumers. You want to give your free company? You want to give a free copy to fucking kind of fucking woke feminists and fucking left wing fucking morons that don't even fucking care about your game, that don't even fucking care that won't even probably spend money on your fucking video game instead, and then like be disingenuous to your fucking fucking actual gamers that are actually we're going to be fans of your company because you weren't going to fucking censor it and be disingenuous to them. You're fucking two-faced fucking liars. So fuck you, Shift Up. You're not even going to get a fucking dime from me ever again. Fuck you, Sony. I'm never going to go on your fucking on your console again. And if I do, I'm definitely not fucking putting any more money to your fucking console or your company. You're not going to get a fucking dime from me if I ever go on your fucking console again, Sony. And fucking you, Shift Up, fuck you. You can all go to fucking hell. Like, seriously, this is what the fucking game should have launched with. But you are fucking afraid that people will get offended? You know what? This is why I bought 2 copies of your fucking game, Stellar Blade. I mean, Shift Up. This is why I bought 2 copies of your game, Shift Up. Because of this costume right here. Because this is the kind of costumes and outfits I want on my fucking characters. This is why I fucking bought your game. Alright? This is exactly why I fucking bought your game. Because it has sex appeal and fan service. And actually showed a good amount of skin. I wasn't afraid to fucking show cleavage or areas around the breast or around the butt or around the pelvis. You know, and like, this is why I fucking bought your game. For these kinds of fucking costumes and outfits right fucking here that had no fucking censorship. This is why I fucking bought your game, and I'm not fucking buying a fucking game from you ever again. This is the reason why I bought your game, for this kind of these kinds of costumes and outfits right fucking here that actually shows cleavage, side boob, under boob, fucking areas around here as well. I didn't buy your game for fucking outfits like this. I didn't buy your game for outfits like this, man. I didn't spend $105 fucking twice for outfits and fucking costumes that look like this, that cover up certain parts of the body just because somebody's offended. Because somebody else is offended. This is not why I fucking bought your game. Yeah, and I didn't fucking buy it for this costume right here, and I didn't fucking buy it for the... Where's the fucking other one? Yeah, and I didn't fucking buy your game for that costume. I didn't buy it for that. That's not why I fucking spent like $210. Not for fucking this, to get 2 copies of this fucking game. Because this is not the kind of costume I was expecting. This is not the kind of fucking costume and uniform and outfit I fucking wanted. Alright, I didn't want to fucking buy a game that has censorship. That would put stupid pieces of clothing like this on it because somehow you want to fucking indoctrinate yourselves to the West. Because you want to fucking somehow go down the fucking light censorship. Pretty soon, what's next? You're going to go fucking the heavy censorship of the 3 stages I discussed and described. Then what's after heavy censorship? You're going to start fucking uglifying your fucking female characters now? Like, get a fucking backbone and get some fucking balls. Stand up to fucking these companies and fucking corporations that shit like fucking like Sony, man. Male gamers that are around my age, even fucking when they're in their 20s, don't fucking want to have a fucking product that feels censored. Because they're not fucking kids. Alright? Maybe if I was a fucking teenager or a fucking 1-year-old or a young little child, then yeah, I don't fucking care if crap if somebody wants to speak on behalf of me and tell me what I'm not allowed or what I'm prohibited to have and not have. I'm fucking in my goddamn fucking 40s. I don't fucking need somebody speaking for me, telling me what I don't have, should have the right to, and what I shouldn't have the right to. And I didn't fucking buy for these costumes. I didn't fucking buy for that one. I didn't fucking buy for this one. Alright? Or this one. I fucking bought the game for this costume, right? Fucking these costumes over here. This is why I fucking bought your game. These were the ones that I fucking these were the outfits that I fucking bought your game. These outfits were the reason why I bought your game. Because it has fucking cleavage. It has sex appeal. It has fan service. It's not being censored at all whatsoever. You're actually exposing the fucking character. She's not completely nude, but you're giving us a good amount of fucking skin. Especially around the fucking areas that most guys would be attracted to. You know, and fucking around the breast, the fucking cleavage, the side boob, the under boob. You know, and fucking shit like that. That's what fucking male gamers, straight male gamers want to fucking see. That's what's fucking visually attractive to them. Alright? Especially when fucking this is what they want to escape to, okay? And you're taking that escapism away from them because you want to be a bunch of fucking morons that want to bend the fucking knee. Like, this is what I wanted. This is the fucking costume and outfit I fucking wanted. That fucking bunny outfit. This is what I fucking wanted to shift up. You pieces of fucking shit. And that one. Those were the fucking costumes I wanted. Right fucking there.